are back with Charlie Highs. Hello, sweetie. What was the video that really started to pop off?
The first one that I started getting really sort of views from around the world was I did a Scream parody. And I played, well, the Drew Barrymore doing the popcorn.
Right.
And then I had Judge Judy, and I think I had Lindsay Lohan, and maybe Liza Minnelli, and I can't remember, maybe Sharon Osbourne. But it was just, I love pop culture and I love celebrities. So that one maybe got 10,000 views in the first week, and I only had like 1,000 subscribers at the time. So, and then I did another one. You know those eHarmony videos, those dating videos?
Yeah.
Where somebody says, oh, I'm so-and-so and I'm looking for this type of person. I thought, well, I'll do it from the point of view of different celebrities plus original characters. And so I had like Judge Judy saying, oh, you know, I haven't been fucked in years, or, you know, I'm so old, I'm farting, you know, bats are flying out of my vagina, I'm just looking, so when I made this, and I had original characters in it, and I said to my husband, James, I said, I just need something to end this, a good, strong ending. One of the big mistakes I see on Saturday Night Live is they have a great idea for a sketch, they never know how to, oftentimes they don't know how to end it.
They let it drag
just sort of
out,
like, where's your punch ending? And so it just came to me. At the time, Madonna was single. She had 3 kids. She was filming, she had disappeared off the face of the earth because she was filming WE.
Oh, right, yeah.
So she didn't have a presence. Gaga was everywhere. So I just said, well, if I just say, hi, my name is Madonna, I'm a single mother of 3, and I'm just looking for anybody who hates Lady Gaga. And I just did the most ratchet Madonna with a little gap in my teeth and just a shitty old wig. And the number of comments were like, oh my God, you look like Madonna. I never knew you could look like Madonna. You should do Madonna. I had literally like 1,000 comments saying you should do Madonna. So I went away that night, the night after I released the video, and it started getting, you know, views from like Australia and different places, Brazil, and I thought, well, what would Madonna be up to now? She'd be resenting the fact at that point Gaga was on the cover of every magazine, changing her costume 3 times a day. So I thought Madonna she'd be fuming that Gaga has stolen all the gays. So I wrote Madonna's Gaga Nightmare. And I played, I don't know, 6 or 7 characters. And I uploaded on my birthday. We have the same birthday, July 12th.
Yep.
I uploaded on my birthday. I was out to lunch with my with James and my husband James and my aunt. And you know when you have your iPhone with you and you just sort of like discreetly check it in a restaurant, you know? And I looked and I said, I had maybe 1,000, 2,000 subscribers, and I looked and said 20,000 views, and then I, you know, refreshed it and 50,000 views, and it was just going viral during lunch.
Wow!
And so it just, I don't know, it was like 250,000 views in the first week, and I thought, okay, well, I should do another one.
Yeah.
And so my unique selling point, my USP, as the kids say, was that I could play. And not well, but I could look enough like them that you knew who I was meant to be.
Right.
So I started, the more I did them, the more I would get challenged. People would say, you should try Sharon Osbourne, or you should try Britney, or you should try Christina. And the more people were suggesting to me, I would put 11, 12, 15, then it was 15, then 20 characters into a video. And
the rest is history.
And then you knew who I was.
Yeah, exactly. And so did Cher.
Cher.
Now tell me about that moment.
Okay.
where Cher said in an interview that you were her favorite impersonator.
Well, the first thing was, it was like 2 or 3 in the morning and my phone started pinging. She had started following me on Twitter, which I could have died right then, Lady Red. I could have died. That's my Christmases. That's my birthdays.
That's the
all
good
rolled
stuff.
up. I can go to gay heaven. Cher's following me on Twitter. At the time, she was following like 78 people.
Yeah.
That's it. And somebody messaged me, said, Cher's following you. And so I had to look at it like 3 times. So that was pretty cool. And then a year or 2 later, she was being interviewed in Australia. And somebody asked her something about her, who's her favorite impersonator, and she mentioned me, and that she had seen I knew that she was watching the videos because a friend of mine who knows Georgette, and it had mentioned that that Georgette and Kathy Griffin and no, it was Paulette and Georgianne, sorry, were starting to say "who," which was the catchphrase for my videos, and they were playing around with each other because they had seen the videos.
Wow.
And so a friend had told me that, and I didn't want to believe it. But then when she mentioned me in an interview, I thought, okay, that's it.
Now, have you ever gotten death threats from Chad Michaels for the fact that Sharon mentioned you in an interview?
No, Chad, I absolutely adore Chad, and I've said on the record many, many, many times that I'm a huge fan of his. We come at it from two different points of view.
Of course, yeah.
His is really, really reverential and detail specific and so on point. I do share kind of like from the comedy point of view, like the same way they do a character on Saturday Night Live.
Right.
They'll take Kellyanne Conway and twist it and, you know, pick something about it and exaggerate it. And it's not really an impersonation of Kellyanne Conway. It's this comedy creation of its own, and that's what my share is. Chad's, though, if you see Chad in a live venue and you're like 20 feet away, you are seeing Cher.
Exactly.
You are witnessing Cher. Every detail, every gesture. So we've worked together a couple of times, and I adore him. And I was very, very clear on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I've always, right from the beginning, I've always said what a huge fan of his I am. He's the best at what he does.
He's very, very good.
So
Now,
all hail.
All hail, Chad Michaels. When will you come on this show, Chad? He doesn't like speaking to the press, apparently.
Right, okay.
What about Lady Gaga sending you flowers?
Yeah, so one day I perform at the legendary Royal Vauxhall Tavern in London. At the time I was doing at a weekly residency there. It was kind of a legendary residency. The person that I replaced had been there for 14 years.
Wow.
And the person he replaced had been there for 16 years. So taking on this residency was quite an honor. And then one day, there was this huge spray of flowers in the dressing room. Gaga had been driving by, saw that the building is like 3 or 4 stories tall, and there were huge posters down the side of the building with mine, Charlie Hides, and all my pictures of me, Madonna, Cher, Gaga, all my lookalikes.
Wow.
And she went dry, and it's on a, we could say in London, a roundabout. Mm-hmm. And so she said, pull around again. And she had the driver write down the name, and she went and ordered flowers. It might have been written, the card might have been written by an assistant, but there's lovely flowers and a card.
Still, some Gaga flowers, sweetie.
I know.
Now, did you lose your mind, gag like all the rest?
I did, but you know, there are things like there are things that are just so surreal.
Yeah.
That I kind of, there've been things that have happened in my life that I'm just kind of calm about them, because otherwise, what you're going to do? Have a heart attack?
Yeah, I mean,
you could have die of an apoplectic seizure.
You
and
could, but then you'd never be able to appreciate the flowers from Gaga.
Exactly, and then I wouldn't be able to come on here and tell everybody about it.
Exactly.
But I'll tell you, when she walked into the workroom on episode 1, season 9, I thought, I'm going home.
Oh no!
I thought, I'm already the oldest,
Uh-huh.
and I know the oldest almost always has gone home on episode 1, Sacrificial Lamb. I thought, okay, I can deal with that. But then when I saw Gaga, I was like, oh, bitch is gonna hate me because all the jokes I've made about her on YouTube.
Right.
And so I apologized to her when they were doing some camera repositioning. And I said, I'm so sorry about all the things I said about you in my videos. Because I've said, I mean, face it, I've said some nasty things. Mm-hmm. And she said, no, you're so funny. I think you're brilliant. I don't know. I love you. That's what I got. I love you. I think you're so funny. So.
Did you say, remember the flowers you sent me?
Yeah. Well, I mean, those could have been from an assistant, like I said.
Still.
You know, my husband can fake my signature.
Well, we're going to hear more about what happened in the workroom and on the runway when we come back with Charlie Hides right after this.
Hello, children. To see part 3 of this interview, click here. To see more Hey Qween fabulousness, click here. And don't forget to subscribe, bitch! Hey! Hey! Hey!